In this video, I'm going to show you how to process infrared photos. If you're new to infrared photography, let me give you a brief introduction. This is an infrared film. It can capture infrared waves for analog cameras. The photos you are going to see in this video are shot on Sony a7R III with a R72 Hoya infrared filter. I'll make another video on how to shoot infrared photos. The link will be in the description box. So as you can see, the photos are all red. I remember my first attempt to process them in Photoshop. I learned from others on YouTube. I don't like the result, especially the shadows, and the process is complicated in Photoshop. This year, I decided to give it another go using Lightroom, because Lightroom is easier to navigate and more accessible for many people. So this method I'm going to show you, you can apply it in the free version of Lightroom Mobile or Snapseed. Let's dive in. We're in Lightroom Classic. You can see the clouds were moving because it's a long exposure. First step, remove the red. Go to Tone Curve, Green Curve panel. Grab the curve in the middle to the up left. It lifts the overall tone. You can take this input-output value as your reference, so you can apply to your photos. Then go to Blue Curve. We'll add 2 control points. The first one on the shadows. The second one on the highlights. You can see the color of the grass and the clouds look more neutral. We can move on to the basic panel and change the color temperature all the way to the right. The tint, we'll drag it to the left. Add some green to balance out the red. Next step is exposure. Bring down the highlights and bring up the shadows. We're halfway there. The red color is now gone. This is very close to the black and white infrared film simulation. You can go ahead and convert it to black and white if you want. I decided to add some false color to simulate the color infrared film. The next step is to separate the sky and the trees. Go to Mask, add a new mask, select Sky. Then duplicate the mask and invert. That will be for the trees. When we click on the mask, we can see the red overlay showing the area that is selected. I did a little cleanup on the edges and removed this bit in the bottom. So now we can add colors. Click on this box and pick a color. I like the ivory yellow. You can make it pink. And crank up the saturation. There is a slider here for intensity, just like your Instagram filters. You can boost it up to 200 or just keep it neutral. For the sky, I want it to be bluish. Close the mask panel and take another look. I want to brighten up the shadows a bit more. Let's go back to the tree mask. In the contrast slider, drag it to the left to reduce the contrast. That's more like it. The whole point is to create this surreal, mind-blowing effect. You're free to create your own version. That's it for the processing part. If you are interested in the photography part, stay tuned for my next video. Thank you for watching.